Hello. Sorry that I was running a little bit behind. Fun things are happening. My little guy was putting my son to sleep for the night. We were reading books, and he is kindergarten, but they do a lot of pre-reading now in kindergarten. And so just to kind of combine my two worlds, he is reading and actually reading really well for his age. So I couldn't. Um, we are all readers around here. I write books. Everybody here in the stream, I'm sure, enjoys reading books. And so it's just really special to be able to share that also with my little guy. So that was fun. I'm also having some internet issues. So I'm hoping I'm not cutting out or whatever on you guys. It seems like internet is perfectly fine, but every now and then video content has been like buffering on my screen when I watch stuff back. So if you are having any issues, let me know in the chat because it could very well be something on my side, and I would love to know. That way I can hopefully fix it all. So let's just kind of play catch up a little bit because I was starting the night just a tad late. I'm still working on Taming the Beast. Hopefully we will be able to wrap things up and be done maybe tomorrow if I write a lot, but more realistically, fully finished on Tuesday. I have surpassed my 85,000 words that I had estimated for myself for this book. I knew it was going to be a bit longer than 85,000 words. And sure enough, I was right. I am sitting at 94,586 words. So quite a bit longer. And I'm really enjoying it. It's going really well. I was able to, this last week, draft out the final half of this book. So I already know exactly what's left. So tonight I am on chapter 41. And then I'll have 3 more after that. I'm already a certain degree into this chapter also. So I'm really hoping that things will just really pick up and I'll fly through it. And if I am on top of my game tomorrow morning for morning writing sprints, I may be able to get a lot of this book done in the morning. So fingers crossed that all of that works out really well for me. So let me know what you guys are working on today. I would love to know. Still working on drafting, but getting really close to the end. You and I are in the same wavelength. That is for sure. I think I said this last week too, that our store did not have the normal orange Coke Zero that we drink around here. And so last week we got the cherry Coke Zero, and they are pretty good. We have started to take a liking to them. So that is my beverage tonight while I'm writing, straight from the can this week. Didn't pour it into a fancy glass or anything. So I will open that in just a second. And yeah, I'll be starting at 94,586 words for the live stream. So 3 writing sprints. That's how we always do things. If you are new here to my channel or you are watching this back after it's been live and you are new to me, hi, my name is Amy Prokopis. I am an indie author. I have 10 books plus a special edition, and I write paranormal, romance, and romantasy books, always with a little bit of spice, as my sign back here that is glowing very brightly today can attest. So welcome to the live stream. We go live on Sunday nights every week at 8:30 Central Standard Time when I'm not running behind like today. And we do 3 rounds of writing sprints, also known as productivity sprints. So we set a timer for 25 minutes for 3 different sessions, and then we meet up and chat in between about just writing related, book related, life related stuff, just all the updates. So in between the sprints, I like to catch everybody up on kind of where I am in my writing process and other fun things I have in the works. So it is just a really fun place to hang out, co-work with some awesome people, and for you guys to ask any questions, writing related or not, that you may have. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I am not going to stick around, I think, too much in this welcome, let's chat, catch up banner that's down there just because I was late to the party tonight. So we are running about 6-ish minutes behind. And I don't really want to go too late past what is expected. So we may just jump straight in. I like to help keep track of things for myself in the chat. So feel free to drop where you are starting the night in the chat or what you are hoping to get done in our first 25 minutes. I am starting the night because I also have not written yet for the day. So it may take me a little bit to fall into this sprint, but I am starting at 94,586 words for sprint number 1. So I will mute myself. I am not going to mute our timer though. Let me double check that it's not muted because occasionally the default is to mute that timer. Okay, it's not. So I am going to set a timer up on the screen. Let's go ahead and flash that up here now. So this timer will be going, but the screen will be quiet. You will be able to hear when this goes off though, if you are using that timer as well to gauge yourself. Yeah. So, yeah, that's where we're starting. So excited to begin. Goal for the first sprint, 350 words as a warm up. I think that's great. You know, maybe that's what I should shoot for myself also. 350 words because like you said, a warm up I have not written for the night yet. I'm going to plug in my earbuds here in a second. Try to zone in. And yeah, maybe that's what I'll shoot for is 350 words just to really zone in and start. I am with you. I think that's awesome. Okay. So here we go. 25 minutes up on the clock in 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay, I realized I forgot to change our ticker at the bottom. So that was sprint 1 of 3. Whoops. Let's go for this. Break 1. Oops. Okay. I am at 95,069 words. So I wrote 483 words in the first sprint. That's pretty good because I was right there with you. I was shooting for, what did we say? I don't even remember. 350 words. Yeah, that's what it was. I had to scroll back. So yes, goal for the first sprint was 350 words, and I decided to go with that as well. But I was able to write a whole lot more. And oh my gosh, so did you. 589 words. That's awesome. That's huge. Oh my goodness. You wrote almost a whole 100 words more than I did. I am really pleased with where I got though for the first sprint. So feeling really good about that. And on to, I guess we can go with the theme down here for the break. I don't really have a ton of other updates for this book. Just that, like I said earlier, I think I should be able to wrap it up, especially by Tuesday morning. And then the plan is to immediately start reading through it for editing purposes and also starting book 2. I have not revealed the title yet of book 2. I've kind of been waiting to wrap up the drafting phase with this one before I reveal that. And I also plan to reveal it to my Patreon members first. They're getting a lot of sneak peeks this week as well. I think I have finished with the character profiles that I want to put out, at least at this time. I'll put out more, of course, when we go into book 2, but I think just for Taming the Beast purposes, I think I've put out all of the character profiles on Patreon that I want to and that are important at this time. I do have a couple side characters that I could, I don't know, create character profiles for, but I don't think that that would be pertinent at this point. I think we're still early enough in the process that I don't need to promo anything. I might do that closer to, I don't know, when we're actually leading up to release. I might share more of that because I'll be sharing quotes and stuff. I'll have finalized a lot of that in the book. But that's kind of my timeline moving forward, is hopefully to have this book finished up by Tuesday. And I want to immediately start editing it. But I also want to start drafting book 2 as quickly as I can. And so I think I might split my time just a little bit. I might actually move a little slower than I typically do with my read through. Just, I don't know. If I really dedicate my time, it won't take me very long to do the actual read through. And so the smarter thing to do would probably be to do the read through first, make all of my notes and edits, and then jump into book 2. So I think that is what I will actually do because it won't take me very long. It'll be like maybe 1 week or 2 that I am really working on that intensely, because I will devote a lot of my energy to that. So that's probably what I'll do next, is just read through and edit for that. And then we will move into book 2, I think. Yeah, just thinking aloud over here by myself. Are they interconnected standalones? They're more of a duology. So you do need to read book 1 to read book 2. My Winter Witches series, the one way up here at the top, the colorful one, is interconnected standalones. But in this duology, there is kind of an overarching plot that we set up in Taming the Beast, and then finish off with a lot of setup for book 2. Although if I am writing it the way I'm planning to, I don't think you would actually have to read them in order. So if you decided you didn't like maybe the tropes of one, you could just skip it and read the other, or vice versa. But there is some overarching plot, so you get more out of it if you read both. I hope that answered. That was kind of a lengthy way of saying that no, they're not standalones. Yeah. Ended on a good spot. 483 is awesome. Yes. 483 is great, especially starting the night. I am very, very happy with that. Really pleased. Yeah. I hope, thank you. I tend to be really wordy when I'm actually like speaking aloud, and sometimes I tumble and trip over myself, which is why I like to write, because you can always edit yourself, before you come back to things, versus speaking aloud. Or there's so many memes online of like, tell me what your book's about, and then the author can't remember what their book's about, even though they wrote the whole thing. It feels a lot like that when I'm speaking aloud. Okay, so I am now starting at 95,069 words. So we have another 25-minute sprint. We'll have 2 more. Next up, we'll talk a little bit. We'll kind of zoom forward a little. So we just talked a lot about Taming the Beast and book 2 and The Billionaire Beast of New York duology. I am planning to hold off on publishing book 1 for a little bit because I want to rapid release them. Since there is only 2, it's just a duology, so there's only 2 of them. I want to push them out as quickly as possible so people can read through them together really quickly. Also, because there is a crossover scene, it's not important to read beforehand, but it just is a nice little Easter egg. A scene leading into book 3 of the Curse of Wings series, my other vampire series. That's what we'll talk about next, more of that. So there is a bit of crossover, and so I want to rapid release the duology fairly close-ish in time to start promoting and really push book 3 of Curse of Wings. So we're still quite a ways out from actual publication time, and I haven't set a firm deadline for publication this time around either. So we are still on a pretty good timeline, so I'm not too concerned about that. But let's go ahead, move into sprint number 2 of 3. We're going to do another 25-minute sprint. Hopefully I can at least get another almost 500 words. That would be awesome. I'm at a point in my chapter because I'm near the end. I'm like a few chapters away from being done with the book entirely. And so I'm on the cusp of the final action starting. We've already kind of kicked it off, but we're on our way to that final conflict. So that is what I've been setting up in sprint number 1. And now in sprint number 2, I'm hoping to at least get to the beginning of that action sequence. I would really like to write through that entire scene tonight, all of that, but I don't know if I will be able to, because that would mean I'd have to finish this chapter and then write a whole nother one. It would be a fantastic place though to pick up in the morning. So we'll see. We'll see what I can get done tonight, but I'm also trying not to push myself too much because I did a couple of late nights last week and it really took the wind out of my sails the rest of the week. So I don't want to do too much. So we'll shoot for close to 500 words in this sprint. See where that gets me. All right, we're all shooting for 500. Best of luck to us. 25 minutes on the clock. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, and sprint. All right. I have not tallied my words yet because I was in the middle of the scene. I don't know that I got quite as many as I was hoping for, but I got really close. I got 496 words, so I was almost at 500. So no complaints there. I'm also just about ready to start into the final action of this. Well, not this chapter, it's the end of this chapter. The action is the start of the next chapter. So I'm right there. I'm just finishing up this scene, setting some intentions. There's a lot of like big reveals happening. And so I wanted to make sure I got everything out clearly the way I wanted to. So once I finish that up, then we'll jump into the next chapter for all the action. It's all coming together very quickly. 534. You have so far really like blown me out of the water. You have done a whole lot more than I have been able to do tonight. But that's okay. We're all making progress. I am just shy of 1,000 words for the night, and we still have one more sprint left. So can't really complain there. I did tell you guys that I was going to talk about Curse of Wings and Darkness updates, or Curse of Wings updates. So it's hard to see because the books are dark, but there are 2. They're sitting right here on the shelf. In the series so far, there will be 4 total. Book 3 comes out in the fall. Again, I haven't set an exact release date, but it should be Halloween-y time. And there is a scene in Taming the Beast, particularly this book, that involves a character from this series. It is actually an important moment for this series. It will not happen in book 3. It will be like referred to instead. I decided this week, if you watch the vlog, I talk about it more in depth, so you'll have to go watch the vlog for the lengthy version. But basically, I decided it would be far more interesting, especially to people who read all of my books, to get like the full web of how all of the stories kind of connect, like in this giant world. It would be far more interesting for those people, and it would also be just as informative to write a different scene in book 3 of the Curse of Wings series. So there will be a different scene in that, and it will be referred to the one that's in this book. I decided it was far more important to do it that way because the scene I put in Taming the Beast is more important for Taming the Beast than it is for Curse of Wings. And so I put it in this book, and I'm going to put something else, a different moment that will have more impact in the 3rd book. So that's really the biggest, I guess, update. Is I'm still in the plotting phase for book 3. I've started to look at some cover images for the last 2 books in this series that could cohesively kind of go together. So I've started a lot of my planning. And that's pretty much it for updates for Curse of Wings. Just that I'm changing the one scene. Originally, the scene that's in Taming the Beast was going to be the same scene from a different perspective in the 3rd Curse of Wings book. But after writing it, I decided I don't think it's necessary, for one. And I also think it would be a little bit boring to just replay it. I know some people love that, getting scenes from multiple perspectives, the same scene. I know that's kind of something a lot of people do, and a lot of authors do in romance, is write like a bonus scene, and it'll be from like the love interest's perspective, and it'll be the same scene. I think those can be interesting sometimes, but I don't think it's a good enough hook a lot of the time to garner a lot of interest, except from like your super fans. And so I decided to make it not a plot device, but I decided to put something in that's more important. Some nights go better for me than others. You're totally right that all progress is a good thing. And I'm at a point where I'm having to be a little bit more particular about how all the details come together. And so I am being a little bit nitpicky. So I am moving slower than I do sometimes also. But you're right. Every bit of progress is progress. It could be a great bonus scene freebie for a newsletter. That it could be. So I could do that. I could keep the scene from this other character's perspective. And you're right. I could use it as, honestly, it could make like a fun pre-order incentive. Also newsletter cookie or incentive. I think that could be great too, to send that out in the newsletter for people who maybe subscribe to my newsletter around that time when that book's releasing. I think that would be fun. I could also put it out on Patreon. Patreon gets everything. They get all kinds of behind the scenes stuff. So I don't know. I may consider it. I try not to, especially in the realm of writing, I try not to get too sidetracked by other projects. So things like bonus scenes and stuff, unless they really are going to pack a punch or they serve a larger purpose. Like when I did my special edition, I did 3 bonus scenes. That's because they were exclusive to the special edition. So I don't know. It might be something fun just to write though. Eventually could be put in a hardcover edition. Yes, I am. Eventually, I really want to combine all 4 into like a special edition hardcover. And so I would gather up. I already have 1 bonus scene that's at the end of book 1. I think anyone can get that. And it is kind of a newsletter thing. You have to subscribe to the newsletter to access the bonus scene in book 1. But I think that when I combine them all and put them into a special edition, if I do end up doing that, I would love to. I'll probably include all those bonus scenes together and create some more exclusive, just like fresh content that will be only in the special edition. I have been going back and forth, I swear, one week to the next about if I want the Billionaire Beasts in New York duology, the special edition I'm planning to run through Kickstarter. I've been on the fence about whether I want to make it exclusively like a signing edition. So the only place you could get it is if you purchase it direct through me online or you see me at an event, or I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and publish it online for anyone to get at like the Kindle store and stuff. I think I'm leaning towards making it signing exclusive is I think what I've kind of decided. But I'm not for sure. I definitely think I will hold off on any kind of public release of the special edition duology. I really want that exclusively to be Kickstarter exclusive. So the plan is to do the Kickstarter first and to get all of that rounded up and done so that the people who back the Kickstarter for this duology edition will get the completed duology before the release of Taming the Beast, book 1. So that is supposed to be kind of like the carrot to back the project, because you'll get not just book 1, but book 2 early before either of them publish publicly. So I definitely plan on holding off on publishing the special edition if I do publish it later on. And so I could just wait and see and then make the decision after the fact, after I see kind of the performance rates of book 1 and 2, if I want to even make it a public release. So I don't know. It may end up just being a special edition that you can only get through my website or in person. I also like the idea of that. So we'll have to see. I'm not the only author who has done that. A lot of other indie authors have done that with their special editions, make them exclusive. It also makes me wonder if it would be kind of fun to unpublish the Guardians of the Sixth Gate special edition and revamp it a little bit. I would love to do, I did sprayed edges, they were silver when I did the Kickstarter for this book, but I would love to go back in and maybe do colored pages or at least forced edges where just the edges are colored for this edition. I don't know though. I just think it'd be really pretty. And so I've thought about unpublishing it and then making those kinds of editions and only having it available direct, because honestly, the special edition, and I've looked at other authors' special editions, authors that do really well for themselves, like some six-figure authors, and I've looked at their special editions, and they don't do as amazing as you would think compared to the individual books. Most people are not like picking up or reviewing online, at least the special edition. I'm sure people are buying it, but it's not where people are choosing to leave their reviews and maybe finding the book for the first time. So I mean, it's definitely something for people who just really enjoy the series. And so eventually I may take that out of the Kindle store and out of circulation and make it just a, I don't know, make it strictly a signing edition. So who knows? I've got lots of random ideas. Seen a few people have some successful Kickstarters. Released my book on KU and it's going well. KU is definitely the bulk of my readership. That's where most of my income comes from, is KU. Don't have any other plans at the moment. I have done 2 Kickstarters. I tried to do a Kickstarter for this pink book up here for Winter Witches. That's actually where this sweatshirt came from. It was included in one of the tiers, but I did not get funded. So the whole project did not, it's an all or nothing with Kickstarter. So you either make the money or you don't get any of it. And that's where I fell. Honestly, I think I just set my goal a little bit too high because I was just short of it. And so if I had lowered my goal, I would have at least gotten a little bit out of it. And so that was my problem with the first Kickstarter I did for Winter Witches. So when I finished the Guardians of the Sixth Gate trilogy and did this special edition, I set my goal a little bit lower and I got it all funded. And it was a really fun project. I will say it did take a bit of time and I learned where to put my effort because I put a lot of effort into things I don't think I would now. At the time when this book, when I did the Kickstarter for this one, everyone was wanting the sprayed edges. And really the only way you saw people do that was hand spraying the edges, which one was very time consuming. And also you had to be really meticulous about. And I did not enjoy that. I think they turned out really pretty. But just like with anything that I've encountered with sprayed edges, like even my copy of, I think the internet really showed this off when everyone was trying to get the black sprayed edge version with the black edges of Fourth Wing. Everyone online was kind of showcasing, like you could tell when somebody was reading Fourth Wing because their fingers would be black. And it kind of stuck true with this book too. So I think that's why I said it. I've played with the idea of, one, making it more exclusive to my website and events, but also because if you buy it online, it doesn't have any of the sprayed edges or anything. It's just normal pages. But I could make it really fancy and do the forced edges, which don't do that to your fingers. And I could do some really cool, more exclusive things with this book. So I don't know. I've got a lot of thoughts. I have a whole lot of thoughts rolling around in my head right now. But I think we need to get to the third sprint of the night. It is almost 10 o'clock. We did start late tonight, because I was just a little behind. So we should go into the final sprint of the night. We'll do one more 25-minute sprint, and then we will kind of round out the night, see how well we did in the live stream, I don't think I'm going to stay up late tonight to get to any particular spot. So, not that I ever anticipated that I would finish the book tonight. I did not think I was doing that at all. But I'm not going to be particular tonight in getting to any like nice ending spot. Wherever I kind of end the sprint is, I think, what I'm just going to deal with and move into tomorrow morning because I do writing sprints in the morning time. So that's that. We need to get going. 25 minutes on the clock. I'll see you in 3, 2, 1, sprint. right. I started a new chapter. I know I said I wasn't going to stay up too late and I wasn't going to like write too much more past whatever point I kind of stopped at, but I am going to finish up this short interaction, at least to like, I don't know, I'm in the middle of a sentence. So at least to get the sentiment across, and then I'm going to be done for the night. I also did not get to tally my worded count for that sprint because honestly, the timer kind of snuck up on me. Oh, so this was my best sprint yet with 563 words. So real proud of myself for that one. I did a ton. Let's see. Hi. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the stream. We go live every Sunday. So hopefully you'll be able to come and write next week too. I would love that. Oh my gosh. 606 words. Oh my gosh. I swear it's so funny the way that we've both written more and more each sprint, but you've consistently written a good deal more than I have each time. It just makes me laugh. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to join tonight. It's really, really fun when new people are able to pop in. 496. I am going to see how much I did tonight. Okay. I wrote for the whole stream, I was able to write 1,552 words, which is amazing. I am super pleased with that. A pretty like baseline-ish writing day for me is about that much, anywhere between 1,500 to like 2,000 or a little more tends to be pretty standard for me for a day of writing. Unless it's like a dedicated day of writing on Fridays when I really don't have much work, like day job stuff that I do on Fridays. I've mostly gotten my schedule cleared specifically for writing on those days. And so I've been able to do like pretty easily 5,000 words on Fridays, but 15, what I wrote tonight is normal. So I am very, very pleased with that. It's 6:30 a.m. for me now. Oh my goodness. Holy moly, 6:30 in the morning. 13-month-old baby girl is still sleeping. Oh, that's definitely, oh my gosh, I remember those days. They were nice, but also not amazing. I would mostly do writing time during nap time when my little boy was itsy bitsy like that. That's what I would do instead of, I know everyone says to sleep when the baby does, but I'm not good at taking naps. I sleep so deeply that I was always afraid I would either not wake up or sleep too long, or I just wouldn't get sleep at all. So I always use nap times for writing time, but it also means that you're really exhausted. So kudos to you. It's hard when they're little like that. My gosh. But it's also a lot of fun too. It can be a lot of fun. Okay. I think it's almost 10:30 here where I am, and I don't plan on staying up super late. Like I said, I just started a new chapter. One of my main characters is piecing together what's gone wrong is where we are. And once they figure it out, then all of the final action kicks in, and then it's just the end of the book. So I'm almost finished. I cannot believe it. So I've officially started chapter 42. So that's what I'm on right now. The way I have everything plotted out for the end of the book, there will be, oh my gosh, 43 chapters plus an epilogue. So I have like 2.5 more to write. So we're almost done. Oh my goodness. Woo. We're so close. I cannot wait. I mean, I'm really enjoying writing this book. I'm having so much fun, but there's just a bittersweet moment when you finish it and then you get to go back and relive it all over again. It's kind of fun. Take a good sleep. You deserve it. Thank you. I try. Mondays are long days for me. And so when I stay up late on a Sunday night, sometimes Mondays are rough just because they are long. But they do go by quicker because they are jam-packed full of stuff. But I don't tend to get to write quite as much on Mondays, just the morning writing session. And then I'm pretty much booked out the rest of the day. And because it is sort of a longer day and I write late on Sundays, I try not to write in the evenings on Mondays. Currently writing urban romantasy. Ooh, that's fun. I like the sound of that. Well, hopefully we'll get a lot done. I hate that you just popped in here and we're already in the stream. There will be the playback though. So once I end, there's the playback if you want to catch up on things you've missed. And we will definitely be going live next week. So we'll catch you next week. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I always have so much fun writing with you guys. It's like having my own little office buddies in some ways. So thanks for joining me. The links for my books and social media are down below. There's also a 10% off code for Conquering. That is my favorite jewelry brand. If you didn't know, I have ADHD and I fidget like crazy. And usually I fidget with my rings. And after nearly losing my wedding ring, which was also my grandmother's ring, so it's kind of irreplaceable. After almost losing that, I knew I needed to get a dedicated fidget ring. And so I never take this thing off. I go to sleep with it. It doesn't come off. But what I love about Conquering is that they click. So if you like that part of like pins, you can also take them off and they spin around, which I love. And they make necklaces, bangles. I have a necklace, don't have it on. And all of these are interchangeable. It's my favorite thing ever. So you can change out the jewelry and just take it out of the band. It is so much fun. I actually need to go and get more. I have my eyes on this sort of emerald cut green stone that I would love to get. It's very Amy Prokopis branded. So yeah, I may have to go and get that. But thank you guys for joining me. And I will see you guys next week. Read books, be kind. See you in the next one. Bye.